Ukraine's spiderweb just crippled Russia's bomber fleet. If you're Russia and you just lost 41 strategic bombers in a single afternoon, you're not having a good day. Actually, you're having a Pearl Harbor moment. And it was all thanks to an operation so clever, so daring, and so meticulously planned that you almost want a slow clap. Hey, I'm Wes O'Donnell, and today we're breaking down the most audacious attack of the war so far. Ukraine's top-secret 18-month operation known as Spider's Web, a drone strike that gutted one-third of Russia's long-range bomber fleet. Hey friends, I cover the Ukraine war, military technology, and the unfortunate reality that Russia keeps learning the same hard lessons over and over again. Now, I usually film in my studio in the other room. This is my office because this is breaking news. Today's story, a masterclass in asymmetric warfare, drone tactics, and sweet, sweet irony. Ironic because exactly 29 years after Ukraine handed over its strategic bombers to Russia under the Budapest Memorandum, along with 2,000 nuclear warheads, in exchange for a promise not to be attacked, Kyiv just lit up Russia's entire bomber infrastructure. So let's get into it. Operation Spider's Web started as a whisper in the shadows. Over a year and a half ago, Ukrainian special forces began smuggling 117 FPV kamikaze drones into Russia. These weren't fired over the border, they were hand-delivered. Picture this, wooden mobile cabins with remote-controlled trapdoors mounted on civilian trucks, driven by locals who had no clue they were hauling skyborne death machines. 5 airbases, thousands of miles inside Russia. All of these airbases now smoked. When the switch flipped, those trapdoors opened like something out of a Bond movie or Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and dozens of FPV drones screamed into the sky and headed straight for Putin's most prized assets. Now, let's talk damage. We're not talking about crop dusters here. We're talking about Tu-95s, Russia's strategic nuclear cruise missile delivery trucks, Tu-22s, maritime strike bombers, and the A-50 Mainstays, flying radar and command and control center, just like my AWACS right over there. The brains behind Russia's air defenses. Gone, incinerated, left as flaming wreckage on distant airfields. Ukrainian sources say 41 aircraft were taken out, roughly 34% of Russia's strategic bomber fleet. These aren't coming back anytime soon. The Soviet-era assembly lines are long gone, and Moscow doesn't have the budget, the tech, or the time to replace them. And each one of those A-50s costs around $260 million a pop. That's over $1.5 billion in losses just in hardware, not counting the blow to Russia's already wobbly deterrence posture. Now let's not bury the lead. This isn't just a win. This is a tectonic shift in the war. Russia's nuclear triad has 3 legs, just like the US. ICBMs, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and strategic bombers. After Spider's Web, one of those legs just got blown clean off. No more cruise missile carriers means no more long-range harassment of Ukrainian cities, at least not from the air and at a greatly reduced rate. And if Russia's bombers were Plan B after its land forces stalled out, well, time to start working on Plan C, Tovarish. Even better, these bombers had been moved thousands of miles away to evade Western-donated missiles like Storm Shadow and ATACMS. Russia thought they were safe in Siberia. They weren't. Let's rewind the clock. December 1994, Ukraine gives up its nukes, bombers, and missiles in exchange for a gentleman's agreement that Russia would respect its borders. Fast forward to 2025, and Ukraine just made sure the very same bombers it once handed over are now burning in a Siberian graveyard. If that's not poetic justice, I don't know what is. And get this, Ukrainian President Zelensky said the operation's headquarters was located right next to an FSB building. That's right, Ukrainian intelligence ran this whole thing really under the noses of Russia's own security service. Oof. Zelensky called it a historic operation. He's not wrong. This wasn't just an airstrike, it was a message, a morale bomb, and a warning to every nation still doubting Ukraine's resolve. Think Doolittle Raid meets SAS Desert Raid, mixed with Ukrainian grit and drone age innovation. a 21st century takedown of a 20th century military arrogance. So what's next? Well, peace talks are on the docket, but after this, who knows if Russia even shows up? Ukraine just proved it can strike anywhere, at any time, and make it count. And it also says something for the United States. America's F-22 and F-35 are likely very difficult to try to shoot out of the sky. But what if they never get into the sky in the first place? What if they're hit when they're on the ground? This is a warning to NATO and allied nations everywhere to keep an eye on the drone threat close to home. Because if Russia can be hit in Siberia by Ukrainian drones, I promise you, F-35s can be hit at Davis-Monthan in the middle of Tucson, Arizona. Okay, that's it for this quick hit today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think this means for the future of drone warfare and whether Russia has any real deterrence left. And as always, glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. Crimea is Ukraine.